Welcome back to Sonic Adventure 2. We are inside Eggman's base as Rouge. And
Thanks, I didn't realize that.
She's going to probably use the teleport to get to the Ark. Wow. Who could have guessed? It's almost like I've played this game before.
It's okay, we don't have to explain the plot. There's nothing going on right now.
Of course. Well, I mean, they're meeting. So, like,
but now we're playing as Eggman.
This is Eggman's first time on the Ark, so he's kind of like just exploring it and trying to find the like main control room. And you know, I find that interesting.
What a cool level! This is the vibes level of this game.
Yeah, this level is a little spooky. It's spookier than the spooky level. The lighting, this mod also like properly restores the Dreamcast lighting of it. They did a really good job with the lighting on the Dreamcast for both Sonic Adventure and Adventure 2. Like having a real-time headlight like Eggman has is pretty advanced for the time.
Especially on a console, yeah.
Yeah, if there's anything advanced about this game, it's the lighting engine.
Well, actually, no, Silent Hill exists.
Yeah. But doesn't that have like pre-rendered environments as well? The original?
I don't fully know, but it does have a light that that comes from your character at all times.
Okay.
Like a full spotlight, so...
Honestly, it is kind of more impressive to have a real-time light that affects pre-rendered images. Because then the pre-rendered images you have to have like multiple different versions of it depending on how lit it is.
I guess, but like... I don't know. I feel like that can also work into your advantage if it's something like Shadow of the Colossus, where you know the lighting for everything at all times.
Oh yeah, like baked lighting is a very important part of game dev. So
I don't know how Silent Hill 1 is rendered.
I did watch a video that talked about it, and it seemed very interesting. I don't know. The vibe, like we were talking about, the vibes of this just super good. The even the explosions light up the area for you, and you get like a brief glimpse at like the environment around you. It doesn't make sense how long it lights up, but
I didn't even notice that till you mentioned it.
You didn't notice everything getting brighter every so often?
I don't know, I thought you were just activating a light or something. I didn't notice it go back to being dark.
Yeah, it turns back dark. And yeah, like I said, it doesn't make sense because it lights up the area for like 10 seconds. Not 10 seconds, but you know. And then it goes away. But, so I love just the aesthetic of the Ark. I'm sure we talked about this during the hero side at some point. But the Ark is just a really cool location in Sonic.
The Ark's probably one of the most interesting locations in all of Sonic, I would say.
Yeah. And we
mainly
just
because of how
like
original it is.
We just don't get cool, original ideas like this anymore.
Yeah, instead we just keep getting them returning.
I mean, to be fair,
we don't get anything new like Space Colony Ark. Instead, we just get Space Colony Ark again.
Yeah, we just get Space Colony Ark again, or we get the Death Egg again, or, you know, whatever else. It's how it always is.
Okay, I wouldn't mind seeing the Death Egg in a good 3D Sonic game.
Yeah, I wouldn't if they didn't already fucking do it in Forces. If they put it in the bad game.
Yeah.
So,
we kind of have it in Sonic Gens, but it's only the Sonic 2 Death Egg. So, that sucks.
Yeah, but that is cool to see fully rendered out in like a 3D environment, because it's like one room you visited back in 1992.
Yeah, because it has the color palette and look of the Sonic 3 Death Egg, so...
Them making like a fully 3D version of the Death Egg boss arena from Sonic 2 is almost as obscure as like bringing Metal Sonic Kai back from Chaotix. And I like
really?
the obscure stuff. Is
that even really obscure?
Yeah, because they could have just made it the more iconic version of the Death Egg that everyone knows from Sonic 3. But they decided to fully model out a full environment that looks like the one room you visited in
I don't know,
Sonic
to me
2.
that just sounds like the only choice.
No, it's not the only choice. They could have just made it look like a generic environment. Or a generic
I still
space
want to
station.
I just want to call it that deep cut since Sonic 2 is popular.
Yeah, but how many of the millions of people that played Sonic 2 actually beat it?
Doesn't matter. It's still, you know, part of the game. So it's just, any element of that game is going to get that attention.
No. I would argue that most of those people didn't finish the game, so they never saw it, so yeah, it's still pretty obscure. Despite the game's popularity itself.
This is a really dumb argument.
I have 40 cents. I'm not doing it.
Oh no, is this going to be the part with it?
It might be. They are all meeting up on the Ark.
Alright, look, I've come to make an announcement. We're not going to reference it, alright?
Yep. It's not getting referenced.
No. 0 references towards... I don't even know what we're talking about, honestly.
Shadow's standing in the background there. I know he was just like his hand on his chest and he was like looking up to the ceiling. It was like he was praying.
This game, he's praying to the ghost of Maria.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Robotnik, I was friends with your cousin, so I'm gonna help you. But she's dead now.
That could have been a very, very anime plot point. Shadow being like, "What? You knew Maria?" And then Eggman lying about it, being like, "Yes, she was my cousin, and we were the best of friends."
Eggman never mentions Maria until Sonic Frontiers.
I know.
He
He doesn't even really acknowledge her in this game. He's just like, "Oh, the password is Maria."
It's so funny.
Yeah.
The batshit insane lore of these games is, I would say, a selling point, but probably not.
Well, it is now. They're definitely trying to make it a selling point now, but I'm not going to go on a tangent about the fucking new Sonic timeline junk again.
Thank you for the again.
I know. I have to put the caveat as again because I've definitely done it before. And if I haven't, I'm sorry. Maybe someday I will. I will complain during the Frontiers 2 commentary, whenever that is.
Anyways, time for score.
Anyways, time for like everyone's favorite Eggman level in this game. It's always either this or Cosmic Wall.
Cosmic Wall for me.
Yeah, Cosmic Wall.
I thought this was kind of tedious because there were too many enemies. And things
I mean,
to blow
you don't need to blow up everything. But if you don't, then it just kind of becomes the walking simulator. There's not really any platforming to negotiate.
Yeah, so once again, I just wasn't really a fan of this level.
I do like having... This game does the Sonic Forces thing way better by having levels where you're supposed to be doing a specific mission or whatever be actually represented in the gameplay. Because, like, in Sonic Forces, you'll get a level that's like, there's a group of people being ambushed in this area. We gotta go help them, rookie. And then you helping them is just you running through a standard Sonic level and not doing anything different than the other levels. You know?
Heroes has the same problem. For Team Dark, because the Team Dark mission for Grand Metropolis is destroy the city ruled by Eggman.
Oh.
And for Team Sonic, it's just save the city, which I guess makes sense, but not for Team Dark, you know.
I don't know. They don't really seem to acknowledge that as their mission in the level. I don't know.
No, but the loading screen tells me that's what the mission is, so that's what the mission is.
It's
only represented by Team Chaotix.
It could be
since that has so much, especially because that has so much dialogue.
Oh, I'm dead.
Aww.
And we're back. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen.
That's what I wanted to see.
Yeah, I did cut, like, I have been generally keeping, like, the first run up to where I die for these levels. I just don't let myself die. I just restart the stage. So.
Uh-huh. Oh, understandable. That's how we all play these games.
It still costs you a life, but it's like a matter of pride.
It is. You want that rank.
I do want that rank.
It's a good thing I wasn't doing that ever whenever I play these games.
Yeah. But yeah, back on our other point. This level is like really good at being like, Eggman is making a huge distraction by assaulting the base. Knuckles is always obviously looking for Master Emerald shards, but there's, you know, the level where he has to find the keys instead. And you're actually looking for keys. You know.
If only they didn't have to include the stupid Master Emerald subplot. That could have been all of his levels, and they could have been a lot more relevant.
Yeah, but
and
then...
Rouge as well. There's no need for Rouge to look for the Master Emerald shards, I think.
But then you can't have Knuckles at the end stopping the Chaos Emeralds with the Master Emerald. Because they obviously wanted that to happen. Plot contrivances. Yay! Yeah, that's a problem in Sonic in general. They just want to have certain plot points happen because it would be cool. But they don't set it up well, or they don't take into account that it wouldn't really make sense.
In the entirety of Silver's campaign in 06?
Yeah.
Blaze is going to sacrifice herself, but we're going to reset time. But Blaze is still dead.
Well, I mean, it's the Dragon Ball timeline, where it doesn't affect the future.
She just gets to be in another dimension, but I guess she still has her memories wiped, and then Rush happens.
Wait,
I think.
Oh, dude, if we think about this really hard,
okay,
we can make the argument that Silver's timeline in 06 is the original Sonic timeline, because the timeline we experience is the timeline where a time traveler comes back to fix it. That being Silver. So there's actually two timelines at least. And then you think about it again, because Silver keeps fucking coming back from the future in Forces and then in IDW like 3 times. Just think of how many timelines there are in Sonic.
Okay.
And Silver's always there. You have the timeline where Eggman takes over and Silver doesn't come back in time. So Silver comes back in time and it's a different timeline because it somehow doesn't affect his future, but it does affect his future when Metal Sonic takes over after Forces and he has to come back again. It's good stuff.
So how did I first meet Silver?
It would have to be Sonic Rivals. Oh, that's another timeline there. Though I guess the 06 timelines, I guess the 06 timelines don't count anymore because they got the whole of reality got reset.
I've made these arguments before. 06 timeline is not canon.
Well, no, it's canon, but it no longer matters because it got erased. Listen, they included it on the timeline, so clearly it must happen because they didn't want to include Sonic Rivals on the timeline for some reason, to make it to where that's where Silver's first appearance is. Silver just doesn't make Silver just doesn't make sense as a character at all anymore. He shouldn't exist.
You just look at him, just point your finger and be like, "You motherfucker! You shouldn't exist."
There's gonna be the Silver game eventually, and they're gonna have the lore explanation for it that Silver is somehow detached from time or whatever, so he always appears. Okay, so real quick on the gameplay, so these fucking cages are really picky where you want to fucking open them. I'm sure you've noticed that when you played as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't realize those cages were already open, and I come over here and I hit the switch and I'm like, oh. And then I see this emerald floating around and I'm like, I want it. Give it to me. But I end up going and changing the switch anyways because I'm like, I couldn't get into that cage. Because I go back and I still can't get in. So I go back to change the switch.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so if they're flashing, that means that they're open and you can dig into them. Don't be stupid like me. I'm like, why isn't it working? Maybe I gotta hit a different switch.
Oh my goodness.
I always
Also,
get confused.
It absolutely amazed me the first time I played this stage, and you just get 3 Chaos Emeralds in one stage.
Yeah.
I thought that was such a rule break, and I was like, what the hell?
It's
So why did I
almost as
suffer
many-
in Sonic 2 this much?
Well, I was about to say, it's almost as much as you can get in Sonic 2, where you can get 7 in one stage.
I was never going to get that in Sonic 2, so it didn't count when I first played it.
Yeah, see, now I'm like, why isn't it opening?
Oh my goodness.
So I threw away the A rank for this. I don't think I got the A rank on this.
I think you
Which
lost your
sucks.
Sonic card.
Yeah. I did.
Well, I'm a true Sonic fan here. Because I admit Shadow the Hedgehog sucks.
No.
Yep.
You're just lying to yourself. Honestly.
I'm the only
See,
one
now
of us who's
I
not
can
in
dig
denial.
in. You are in denial, and I feel bad for you.
I just know a bad game when I see it.
Boom, bitch. Still an A.
And
I
that's why
think that
Shadow
is-
the Hedgehog sucks.
That stage is another good example of, you know, the level actually being themed after what the story is presenting. You don't really get that in Sonic games anymore.
I mean, I still like the games that are much more nonsensical about it because of how varied the stages are. But if the game is gonna have heavy story like this, the stages have to make sense.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Do you not think there's variety in this game? I think there's
not the nonsensical variety. Well, you see, this has the nonsensical variety and does not make sense for the game, and I don't like it here. I think it's a problem. But in Heroes, with its minimal story, or in Secret Rings, I like it a lot more there. I'm a lot more forgiving, and I think it's really cool.
I don't think
Because I feel like it fits the concept more.
I don't think that there's really any nonsensical. I just said that there's variety because you're doing like different things in the levels themselves. You know, Rouge's stages alone, you have like an ancient temple. You have Eggman's stolen
I'm not talking about
base.
the quality of the variety. I'm talking about the quality of the stages mattering for what's going on in the story. The stages in this game feel nonsensical for most of the story, outside of occasional moments like this. And that's why I'm arguing it sucks.
I would disagree because you have City Escape, which is Sonic quite literally escaping from the military.
Yeah, and then you have Pumpkin Hill,
which is Knuckles just looking for the Master Emerald shards.
Yeah, but
which is what he's doing in the story. That is his story, is him looking for the Master Emerald shards.
Look, it just sucks, okay? It feels much better than Heroes.
What do you fucking mean?
It just sucks.
I would argue those are like the fucking, even if we consider Pumpkin Hill as a bad example of it not being cohesive with the story or whatever, which it kind of feels like you're just saying that because of aesthetic more than anything, then I would say that those are the outliers, because Sonic's levels are all like him interacting and doing something for the story. He's escaping from the military. He's escaping from his jail cell. He's trying to escape the island from blowing up. He's, you know, he's running through trying to put the fake emerald in the cannon core. He's rushing to where Amy is to save her, etc., etc. And all the levels.
So anyways, this is my favorite level in the game with my favorite level theme. Oh, I love this one. It just makes me feel good to play.
I do like this one. I think I prefer Green Forest from gameplay perspective, but this stage has like a great theme
and the vibes.
And the vibes.
The rain helps.
The vibes are there. Yeah.
Add more rain in levels. It just looks so cool.
I just remember being
Lego
a kid
Star
and
Wars
being like,
Camino. It's one of the coolest video game levels.
I just remember getting to this stage as a kid and being like, "This ain't white."
Oh my goodness.
It actually is though. If you look at the background, it is like white trees with like moss growing on them. Yeah,
good
I'm
on
like,
you.
Fuck
good on
that.
you. Good on
Fuck
you. I
that.
respect it.
Also, you might have seen I have the bounce bracelet turned on for Shadow. I meant to turn that off, but I forgot before I started recording.
Yeah,
so,
I saw that. I'm like, you cheating bitch.
I know. I'm bad. I don't use it, other than that one instance where it didn't matter.
Immersion Ruin is not a true playthrough.
Well, it's already not a true playthrough because I have the input separated to different buttons.
Yeah, but I wasn't going to know that unless you said it.
Yeah, you haven't seen me mess up a single light dash with a bounce attack. I'm just saying.
You could have just gotten lucky. I'm just saying, statistically, it's not.
Listen,
it's not an impossibility.
It's not an impossibility, but I will say every time I play Green Forest on the original controls, I mess up one of the light dashes with a somersault. Every single fucking time.
This could have just been your one good time, okay?
Also, I just realized Shadow's like right bracelet, the texture is broken on it.
Yeah.
What is going on?
It's Sonic Adventure 2.
This
game is jank.
No, I think it might be like a mod issue because it looks like Shadow's textures, like his eye textures, are put onto the bracelet.
Oh, hi, Big.
Oh, fuck.
I didn't notice Big in that level.
Shadow's very pissed.
Damn, not here.
Anyway, so this is the canon version.
So, anyways, I saw Big in the Great, and I thought it was funny. I never
Yes.
noticed him.
Yeah, he's there. Obviously not there in the original GameCube release, and that means the original PC version
Oh, he's
without
not
the
in-
Dreamcast restoration stuff.
Wait, he's not
No,
in there.
they just
the
have the
GameCube version
fucking.
added him.
No, the GameCube added him to the cutscenes. He was in the stages in the original, not the cutscenes. So when you go from the Dreamcast version to the GameCube, Big stops being in the stages, but he's in the cutscenes as a cameo. But that means places like that in the GameCube version where there's like a metal grate where he's supposed to be sitting under it. He's just not there. And there's still a metal grate there for no reason.